This is a tutorial on how to get easy chipped finishes in your resin parts and easy scratch effect. Let's go to it. First off, what I'm going to go into using is a silver Sharpie. Probably any brand would work. I use this one because it's easy to find. Of course, you want to follow weathering techniques in places where it would be hit. As you can see, I have the tip of the gun for the one of the gun ears. So of course, naturally, this being the front and this being the outside, this would get more scratched than it would on the inside. Of course, the inside being attached. So where you want to go for your weathering technique is of course natural flow. The front, sides, any place that would get hit, easily bumped, scratched. And where you want to go for your heavy weathers are where it would get hit easily, like your corners. So to do a nice little chip on the corner here, what we'll do is just take and dab a random pattern onto the corner. And you don't want to do this just to the top. If you do it just to the top and you have a black front and a black side, you can see it looks kind of odd. So if you want, you can flow into it and do the same to each corner. See? And it goes to the front. They don't all have to be even, but you do want them to flow together. So see now, you have a nice little even chip going all the way around it. Now, to do your abrasions, which would be like slight scuffs on the corners where it would get bumped against something, just take the side of the felt of your marker and just run it over a few times. It'll just give a little natural scratched effect and off a little chip right there on the corner. And we'll go ahead and do the same to the front, because of course the front would get hit more than anything. And usually any place that's going to connect into something, you want to stop a little bit before it, because that would be blocking a lot of the hits. I guess you could say because it's caught in the corner. Alright, so now we have our chips, our abrasions. Now to do like a nice little burn through. It's what I call a burn through. Is basically it's where paint has been worn by your skin touching it or something rubbing up against it so much that's not scratched off, but it's rubbed off. Where the paint is still there and still attached, but you see a little bit of silver showing through. So usually how I like to do that is places that would naturally be again. So you have, of course, your button would be, your light would be here, and your button would be here. So with your thumb pushing your button a lot, you would have a burn off towards the back behind it. So what I'm going to do, give it a nice little blob there, and just kind of push and rub into it. Just kind of blending the two. Add a little bit more silver there on the edge. Of course, the edge is going to get rubbed more and more and more. And some going into it there. Just dabbing into it. Oh, my cat wants to help. And there you have your burn off. Of course, you need your finger to be pushing it and rubbing the spot into it. You can make them any size, variation, shape, whatever. Your weathering is always going to be custom to what you want. Your preference, whether it be a heavy weathering or a light. Just little chips here and there, just to give it a little bit more of a used feel. But that's all I got for this video, and stay tuned for more.